Okay, so we are there right now into our Excel file. Here we are going to see that why we are supposed to value any bond, what is the requirement behind it, and once the bond is valued, then what will be the consequences and how we are going to make the decision based on the valuation of the bond. Okay, now, sir, first of all, we should understand that the important decision for us is, as far as the bond is concerned, the first and foremost decision every one of us will have to take is whether we should invest in that bond or not. As simple as that. Now, how one will able to know that whether he should invest in that bond? I need to share my Excel screen to all of you before that. Let me share that. सर तो ऐसे ही चले गए और बताया भी नहीं कि एक्सेल तो शेयर भी नहीं किया है तो कर रहा हूं ना. Okay, so here I have. I hope the screen is visible to all of you there. Okay, so we were there into the valuation of the bond. Then the valuation of the bond is required when we need to take the decision about whether we should invest in that bond or not. Now, if you consider this decision making process in the finance, no, you can apply this methodology everywhere in every decision making of the finance as far as the investments are concerned. If you want to invest or not, whether that investment is worth making the investment or not, this every decisions are based on one specific analysis, and that specific analysis is always regarded as cost benefit analysis. Sir, we didn't get it, you will have to explain it further. Okay, so whatever the costs that are related to the investment, I need to compare those costs with whatever the benefits which I'm going to get from that particular investments. And obviously, if those benefits are more than the costs, then only I'll be investing in that particular investment. Otherwise, I'll not be investing. That is a one point. Number two, now in benefit, you might have a specific rate of return requirement. Miss Charmy will come and say to me that, sir, I need 8% of a return. Mr. Yash Agarwal will come to me and say that, sir, I need 12% of a return based on the risk taking capacity, based on the return requirements, and based on the goals and objectives that one particular person has framed, the return expectations would be different. So we need to understand that what is the value of this benefit if our return expectation is say 8 percentage or 10 percentage or 12 percentage or 15 percentage. Now these expectations of return, as I have already said, that would differ based on person to based on risk taking capacity, income preferences, and goals and objectives of that person. So sir, how that cost benefit analysis we are going to do in the bond? Now try to understand that you have already studied, but I am clarifying the fundamentals again. In finance, you take the decision by comparing the PVCO and PVCI. सर ये तो कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस तो हुआ, इसका दूसरा नाम हो गया. अब ये पीवीसीओ है, उसका मतलब क्या होता है कि सर आपका कॉस्ट कितना है, यस और नो. The present value of all the cash outflows which you are going to make for this investments, the total of those outflows is the present value of cash outflow for you, and all the benefits which you are going to receive from the bond, value all those benefits in terms of present value, apply a specific rate of return which is required rate of return for you, and find this PVCI and PVCO, and then you will be able to take the decision. And the decision criteria would be, sir, if PVCI is more than PVCO, then we should invest, and if PVCI is lesser than PVCO, then we should not invest. As simple as that. Is there any query? till now. So what we are going to do in the bond, again repeating that if you haven't got it yet, we are going to compare all the costs associated with the bond. We are going to compare all the incomes which we are going to get from the bond. And if the present value of cash inflow will be more than the present value of cash outflow, then obviously, sir, we should invest. Otherwise, we shouldn't invest. As simple as that. If you have any query, let me know. Else, I will be moving ahead, giving you 30 seconds to raise your concern. Anyone? You can give me the positive confirmation as well if you have got it. By unmuting yourself, because I'm not able to see what you are typing over there in the message box. This class is becoming less and less interactive over a period of time, and I don't know why.
No, sir.
Okay. So the law of economics, the diminishing margin, the law of economics which we have for the diminishing marginal utility, that is getting applied in the class. I don't know where. So marginal utility which I'm getting in terms of an interaction from the students is getting lower and lower and lower. सर आपने तो इकोनॉमिक्स को यहाँ पे कनेक्ट कर दिया, तो मेरी मर्जी, मैं कुछ भी कनेक्ट करूँ, ठीक है? Any doubt till now, anyone, all of you?
No, sir.
Good.
No, sir.
Keep this enthusiasm high. I'm not there right now in the class. Otherwise, I would have asked you how's the Joes. लेकिन अभी नहीं पूछ सकते ना इधर. Okay. Now, once we get to know that, sir, we'll have to compare PVCI and PVCO. Now, how we'll be able to find the PVCI and PVCO for the bond? Now, obviously, once you find the PVCI and PVCO, what will be the PVCO for the bond? PVCO is the amount that you are going to invest right now for the bond. That can be a market price or the issue price. If bond is getting issued for the very first time and right now it is not traded in the market, then you will be taking the issue price of that bond. And sir, that bond is already issued in the market and that has been traded right now in the secondary market, then we are going to take the market price. So that shall be my PVCO, because that is the amount of cash outflow I'm going to make for this investment. Yes or no? Yes, sir, we have got it. Now you can move ahead. Okay. Now we are going to compare the PVCO, PVCI. Now, can someone tell me what do you get as an inflow from the bond from the previous conversations we had? My question is to all, to Miss Ashwini, to Mr. Bhavya, to Miss Chandni, to Miss Charmi, to Miss Chitra.
इतने पे सेल करते हैं सर.
Okay, so when we are selling it at that point of time, there would be some cash inflow. If we are not selling it and we are keeping over there to get the interest out of it, then what is the cash inflow for us? Say the life of this bond is 7 years. See, कितना बुरा जमाना आ गया, बॉन्ड की भी लाइफ होने लगी है और बॉन्ड भी मार्केट में ट्रेड होते हैं. घोर कलयुग आ गया है. PVCI. Now, if the life of this bond is particular, say 7 years, now bond cannot be irredeemable nowadays, huh? Because that needs to be matured at some point of time, because it is nothing but the loan which you have taken from the public. If you think from the perspective of the company, and loan cannot be irredeemable. Loan cannot be like for the unforeseeable future I want to issue the money. No. ऐसा कोई फ्रेंड भी आपको आके बोलेगा ना कि तुझे मुझे अनफोर्सिएबल फ्यूचर के लिए लोन देना है, तो आप उसको भगाओगे. There has to be a specific period for the bond, right? Now, if there is a specific maturity period for the bond, then present value of cash inflow for this 7 years would be, first one will be the interest that you are going to get on periodic basis, and that will be prescribed in the terms and conditions mentioned for the bond. If the terms and conditions specifically say that interest payment needs to be done on half yearly basis, then you will have to calculate the interest on half yearly basis. It can be quarterly, it can be monthly, it can be yearly as well, and that depends on the type, terms, and conditions of the bond. Okay, so what is the next cash inflow we get? When the bond will be matured, the useful life of the bond will be over, the bond will be nearing to a redemption. At that point of time, obviously, sir, we are going to get the maturity amount as well. Now, if these two amounts are there as a cash inflow, then your responsibility would be to find the present value of interest, to find the present value of maturity amount, do the total of it. Say this one is A, this one is B, do the total of it, and you get PVCI. And if you compare this PVCI with the amount of investment which you want to make right now, say that is the market price PVCO. If PVCI is more than PVCO, invest in the bond. Now, what is the interpretation of it, sir? If PVCI is more than PVCO, that means your required rate of return expectations is satisfied from the bond. If PVCI is lesser than PVCO, that means your required rate of return expectations from the bond is not satisfied. As simple as that. इतना ही सिंपल हमारा इंटरप्रिटेशन होगा. अब तक किसी को कुछ भी समझ में ना आए हो तो मुझे बोल सकते हैं. Otherwise, we may move ahead. Anyone having any doubt or requiring any further clarification on this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Good. Now, sir, how will be able to find the PVCI? How will be able to find the present value of interest as well as the maturity amount? These two cash inflows you will be having, that you will have to put in the back of your mind, and you won't be forgetting that. Interest as well as the maturity amount, you will have to find the present value of those two amounts. Now, sir, what will be the rate we'll be taking for discounting of this particular amounts? Say I'm taking the example of this bond only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now try to understand this. Say the bond amount was 100 rupees and the interest rate on that bond was 8%. Try to understand this. And the maturity year is 7 years. Now for 7 years, you're going to get the interest on it. Can someone tell me what will be the yearly interest? And if the interest payment is based on year, can someone tell me what will be the yearly interest? Anyone? Unmute yourself and let me know. Let's make this class more interactive. What will be the amount of interest you will be getting from that bond?
8%, sir.
8%. So in terms of a rupee, it would be 8, right? So for 8 rupees, you are going to get in year number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is going to be the cash inflow for all these bonds for 7 years. Okay. Sir, once this bond will be over, this redemption period will be coming. At that point of time, we are going to get the maturity amount as well. And if nothing is said to you, that what will be the maturity amount, you will be assuming that the maturity amount is the so this is my par value on which I will be getting 107 plus 8 in year number 7. So that is the interpretation of this bond. These are my cash inflows. Now, once you have the cash inflows, my dear students, then it becomes easy for you. Then it becomes absolutely easy for you to find the PVCI. Take this sum as a differential cash flow. It is not a differential cash flow. Here, from up to this point of time, it's an annuity. So you can apply the formula of annuity only. So present value of annuity. And this particular amount which you are going to get at the end of the 7th year, find the PV of single transaction. And whatever the PV that you are getting, say A, and this is B, do A plus B equal to PVCI from the bond. Very simple. Have all of you got it? This is an annuity, no? इसमें कोई और से एक्सप्लेन करने की बात है, क्योंकि 8-8 रुपए 8-8 रुपए 8-8 रुपए 8-8 रुपए 8-8 रुपए आपको हर साल मिलने वाले हैं। सर आप में तो एकता कपूर आ गई, तो कोई बात नहीं, आती है। 8 रुपए आ गए तो 8 रुपए आपको पहले साल में भी मिले, दूसरे साल में भी मिले, तीसरे साल में भी मिले, तो हर बार आपको 8 रुपए मिलता है, तो आप उसको एन्युटी कह सकते हो ना, क्योंकि अमाउंट इज ऑल्सो सेम, द फ्रीक्वेंसी बिटवीन द टू ट्रांजेक्शंस इज ऑल्सो सेम, the period which is coming between these two transactions, no, that is 1 year only, so you can call it an annuity. So what you are supposed to find? Present value of annuity for all these transactions. And in year number 7, what you are going to get, take it as a single transaction, because from year number 7 it is not an annuity, because you are going to get something out of it. Now why I have put 107 over there? No one has asked me the question. Can someone tell me why I have put 107 instead of 100? No one asked me the question. When I say everyone is getting it, people were like, yes sir, we are getting it, yo, you can move ahead. But I have put 107, but I know that none of the people would have got it. And if you have got it, then let me know. सर आपने तो ट्रैप में फंसा दिया हमें. Anyone? Any reason? I am asking the reasons from all the students. All of you are listening to me. Chitra, Leela, Sneha, Viraj. Let me know why I have taken 7 over there, 107 instead of 100. What could be the reasons behind it? Try to analyze that. अरे बताइए. And if you don't know, then also let me know, sir, we don't know. एक बात बताऊं, अभी एक मैं क्लास का नाम नहीं ले रहा हूं. I was doing one calculation in one of the class actually. So at that point of time, I had taken one different amount of 1,50,000, but the actual amount in the sum that was given was 125 only, and I had taken 1,50,000. So I asked the students that why I have taken 1,50,000. So there were too many enthusiastic students over there in the class. One explained me that, sir, I think you have taken the 2 years of interest on this, and that's why you have reached to 1,50,000 rupees. Oh, I said, okay. Then I asked any other reason. He said that, sir, there is a possibility that there is some hidden adjustment into this sum, and that's why you have added 25,000 rupees. Okay. I said, okay, good. Then someone else explained me some other kind of a reason. So I asked 4 to 5 students, and all those students were relatively very intellectual students in my class. And every one of them had given me such a brilliant answers. And then I said कि बेटा कुछ नहीं है, मैंने 25 का कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक करके 50 ले लिया है. That was by mistake. How did you find any logic in that? There was absolutely no logic. That was a mistake. I had taken 1,25,000. So that's why here as well I tell you That is nothing else. It is just a mistake. It is 100 rupees only. I have said that if nothing is given to you, you are assuming that par value will be taken. So sometimes what happens, your image is such that people would be like, इसके अंदर कुछ रीजन होगा, इसीलिए सर ने बताया. तो रीजन फाइंड करने की कोशिश करते, लेकिन उसके अंदर कुछ रीजन होता ही नहीं है, फिर हो जाता है पोपट. लेकिन आपका पोपट नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज यू पीपल आर स्मार्टर वंस. गुड. So here you will be taking 100 because the par value that we are going to assume is the maturity value. And if you do the total of these two, then you get the PVCI. And you are going to compare the PVCI with the market price, and we'll get to know the answer, the determination point that whether we should invest or not. So let's take the practical example so that you will be able to get it in a better way. Say Mr. Yash Agarwal wants to invest in one HDFC bond. HDFC has come out with one particular bond. We are going to see that as well. And the par value of that bond is 1000. The maturity period of that bond is 8 years. And the interest which you are going to get I'm sorry I got disconnected because someone called me on my mobile phone, and mobile phone didn't even let me know that I'm disconnecting you from the Google Meet. So unfair. At least it should tell me, no, that you are receiving the call. That's why you need to. But I haven't received that call as well. Still, I got disconnected. Nonsense. Okay, so I was there over here in 8 years. Up to what point of time you were able to listen me? Just give me, tell me, so that I can start it from there. Were you there along with me till this point of time? All of you? Let me know by unmuting yourself. I'm not able to see the messages.
No, sir.
So up to what point of time you were able to? Did you?
Interest rate, sir. Last we heard was interest rate is 9%.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issues. Last thing which you could heard, which you could hear was 9% of an interest rate. Now here try to see that it is not only the interest which you are getting as the return. There is something else as well which you are going to get as a return. What is that? Right now you are investing in the bond at 985. What you are going to get at the end of the redemption period would be 1110. How did you get that? Because that is 10 percentage over and above the 1000 rupees, because the bond will be redeemed at 10 percentage premium given to us in the question itself. So you are going to get 1100, and right now you are investing at 985. So over and above your investment, you are going to get 115 rupees as return from this bond. But this 115 rupees you are going to get for how many years? Over the period of 8 years, which is the maturity period for this bond. So no one can say that only the interest rate is the rate of return expectations from you. No, there are two expectations from you. One is the interest you get, another one is the capital gain you get. The amount of investment you do is 985, but the amount of return of money that you are going to get after 8 years would be 1100. So 115 as well you are getting, but that you are getting for the 8 years. So your return expectations from the entire bond is set 10 percentage. So how we are going to do this? Now we are supposed to find the PVCI and PVCO. PVCO we have already found, that is 985. That is the amount of investment that you are going to make on this bond. What is the PVCI? And I need the answer from all the students. For all the 8 years, you are going to get the interest. And in year number 8, over and above the interest, you are going to get another amount as well. Can someone tell me what you are going to get in year number 8?
Maturity amount.
Absolutely. What is the amount of maturity, beta? What is the amount of maturity? It is
1100.
110. Very true. So it would be 1100. So that would be the cash inflow of year number 8. In year number 8, you are going to get the interest as well, right? So no one can say that you are not going to get the interest in it. यहाँ पे बच्चे भूल कर देते हैं, ये भूल जाते हैं. बोलो ऐसा कैसे भूल जाते हैं? लास्ट ईयर में भी इंटरेस्ट तो मिलेगा ना. अब आपका टास्क रह जाता है प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फाइंड करने के लिए आपको डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर से मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है. अब यहाँ पे आप एन्युटी का फॉर्मूला भी यूज कर सकते हो 7 साल के लिए, और 8वें साल का जो प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर वैल्यू मिल रहा है उसका सिंगल ट्रांजेक्शन करके डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर करके पीपीवी फाइंड कर दो. अब ये जो डिस्काउंटिंग फैक्टर मिलेंगे आपको, उस सबको मल्टीप्लाई करना है, और सबको मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो आपको पीवी मिल जाएगा. दैट इज द वन वे. If you do not want to follow that way, and if you want to go with the simple way, then what you can do, आप इसका प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ एन्युटी कर दो, पीवी ऑफ एन्युटी, because it's an annuity only. 90 rupees you are going to get on yearly basis. Now PV, this one would be the PV of ordinary annuity, because we are going to get this interest at the end of every period. No one can say that I'm going to give you the interest at the beginning of the period. जो पीरियड अभी तक शुरू ही नहीं हुआ है उसका इंटरेस्ट आपको तुरंत कैसे दे दे? ये तो ऐसी बात हो गई कि अभी इन्वेस्ट करो और ये पूरे साल का इंटरेस्ट मुझे अभी दे दो। ऐसा कभी होता है कहीं पे? सर ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता कभी। So you are going to get the interest after the end of the period, right? Okay, so it would be PV of which annuity? Ordinary annuity. So can someone tell me the formula of the PV of ordinary annuity? Let me know. What is that? I in bracket. And I need the answer from all the students. Let me know. 1 minus. Hello. My question is to all of you. Though I know it, I need the answer from all the students. Check out your notes and let me know what is the PV formula of annuity due. Sorry, ordinary annuity. I am not going to move ahead till the time I'm not going to get the answer from the students. ऐसा कैसे बच्चे जवाब नहीं देते? चलो जल्दी से ढूंढो और मुझे बताओ. I'm waiting for your answers. I'm not going to move ahead. PV of ordinary annuity. Search in your notebook and let me know. All of you.
Sir,
Yes.
1 minus 1 upon 1 plus r raised to n
Good. Then.
divided by r.
Good. Anything else?
No, sir.
Good. So I is the amount of payment that you are going to make, installment, or in this case you are going to receive the amount. So this is applicable to inflow as well as outflow, right? So I that you are supposed to get, what is that I? Interest would be how much? 990. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n. So 1 point r. R is the required rate of return. What is the required rate of return from this particular bond you have? That is of 10%. This one. So 10% would be 1.10 and raised to n. What will be the n? Can someone tell me how many number of years? 7. Up to this 7 years only we have considered the annuity. Yeah, in year number 8 we are going to do the different calculation. That is to be divided by r. R would be 1.10 again. So close the bracket, solve this out. Let me know the answer, everyone. 1 divided by, can someone solve this and let me know? Is everyone getting 0.5131? Check it out. That would be 0.10 divided by. Is everyone getting the same answer? How did you get it in the calculator, sir? In calculator, you will have to press equal to 7 times. 1 divided by 1.10, press equal to, and keep pressing equal to for 6 more times. So total in 7 times you will have to press it. So you get 0.5131. Okay. Simplify this further and let me know what is the numerator coming. 1 minus 5131. Everyone, do it in your calculator.
0.4869.
4869.
4869. Good. That is to be divided by 0.10. What is this one coming? Simplify this further.
4.869.
4.869.
869. Good. Multiply that with 90.
438.21.
438.1. Okay, so that is the present.
2-1.
Point two
Okay,
one.
okay, 2-1, good. So sir, what is the interpretation of this? This is the present value of all the interest that you are going to get from this bond for how many years? For 7 years. Now sir, हमारी अधूरी कहानी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 8th ईयर में भी कुछ अमाउंट है, 8th ईयर में भी कुछ अमाउंट मिलने वाला है, उसका तो बाकी है। तो अब उसकी बारी, ये आता है हमारा पार्ट नंबर 1। अब हम जाते हैं दूसरे वाले में। अच्छा, इन 8th ईयर, and that is also at the end of 8th year, you are going to receive how much? What is the total amount? 1190. 1190. That is the future value, right? You are supposed to find the present value out of it. Now it is the single transaction, because you are going to get this amount only for the one point of time in the future, and that would be the 8th year. And the formula to find the single transaction ka present value is PV equal to FV multiplied by 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to N. Yes or no? Single transaction PV ka formula. So what is the FV over here? 1190. That is to be multiplied by 1 divided by 1 point. R would be the required rate of return. Do not take it the interest rate. Do not take the interest rate over here. बच्चे कहाँ पे मिस्टेक करते हैं वो मैं बता देता हूं। यहाँ पे बच्चे इंटरेस्ट रेट ले लेते हैं, नहीं, ये रिक्वायर्ड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न है। रिक्वायर्ड रेट ऑफ रिटर्न इज 10%. So 1.10 raised to n. N would be how much? At what point of time we are going to get this money? In the year number 8. So n would be 8. Good. So 1190, multiply this. Can someone simplify this? Simplify that and let me know.
0.4665.
Good. So 0.4665. And if you multiply that with 1190, what is the answer you're getting, guys?
$555.135.
0.135. So that is part B. Okay, so our total PVCI would be, one will be the cash inflow from the interest. So the cash inflow from the interest is 438.21. And another one would be the redemption amount which you are going to get in year number 8 along with the interest. So that comes around 555.135. So can someone do the total of it so that we get PVCI?
993.35.
993.35. Very good. So now my question is, this is the PVCI you get. What is the PVCO? So that is the amount of investment which you are going to make in the bond right now. And obviously you are going to make the investment at the market price, because no one will be giving you this bond lower than the market price. And you will not be making the payment more than the market price, because you are not the fool. So market price is the amount of investment, that is PVCO. That is how much? Can someone tell me? 985. Yes or no? Given to us in the question as well. 985. So my PVCO is 985. And PVCI is coming at 993.5. PVCO coming at 985. Now you can tell me whether we should invest in this bond or not.
Yes.
How many of you are saying yes? And how many of you are saying no? Give me the reason why. Unmute yourself and let me know. If you say yes, then why? And if you say no, then why?
Sir, because present value of cash inflow is more than the present value of cash outflow.
Absolutely correct. Let's have a digital round of applause for her. I do not have some gift to offer to you right now, otherwise, I would have given to you. PVCI is more than PVCO. So that's why we should invest. Now, what is the meaning of this PVCI more than PVCO? That means our required rate of return of 10% is satisfied from this bond. In fact, we have got more than that. Your PVCI will be more than PVCO only in the case when required rate of return will be satisfied, otherwise not. If the rate of return which you have got from this entire bond, if that would have been lesser than 10%, then this PVCI would have been lesser than that 10% or something like that. Okay, so that is the meaning of it. We have got the bond as well. If you have any doubt till now in understanding this, let me know, else we will be signing off this lecture. I'm sharing one Google form with you for the attendance. Till that point of time, you can you can analyze it further, and if you have any doubt, we can clarify that right now only. Anyone having any queries, doubt, or you want to have some other kind of an interaction with me? Then any other interaction as well is perfectly fine. We get only 5 to 10 minutes for this personal kinda interaction. So responses I have allowed. In your chat box, you can see the message, file your attendance, and once the attendance is filed, then you may leave the class. Thank you very much for joining. Bye bye, take care, sayonara. हम है राही प्यार के, फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते. You can file your attendance and then you may leave the class. Once your attendance is filed, you may leave the class. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Sayonara. Has everyone filed the attendance, all of you here? If not, then do the needful as soon as possible.